Hi there, retro gamers. This is Andy C from Pieces of 8-Bit. This time round, we're going to be looking at the Ghostbusters game. Now, you may be thinking, which Ghostbusters game? There have in fact been 28, I think, when I counted, or certainly in that region, a number of Ghostbusters games that have come out since the original film in 1984. I, of course, will be looking at the original Ghostbusters game, which came out for the Commodore 64 in 1984, same year as the film, in fact. There were ports to the Master System and the Nintendo Entertainment System, but they were largely considered to be inferior as games. So I'm going to be playing the game that I remember playing on the Commodore 64. A game that I found incredibly frustrating. I never completed it as a kid. I never quite knew how, and obviously you couldn't go and have a look online to find out what the steps were to complete the game. The game, in fact, was developed for Activision by a chap called David Crane, and it was built in just around 6 weeks, which by modern standards is practically unheard of now. Most games, obviously, in development for many months or years. So a game that came out in 6 weeks to tie in with the franchise, I guess that's why it came out, was that they were able to release it in the same year as the movie. It was a game that I played quite a few times. It's a game that I saw around a lot. A game that was quite frustrating. I have had another look at this game recently, just to kind of get a feel for it. It is quite frustrating, as you will see. But it's kind of fun, and you get the Ghostbusters tune in the background, all those kind of cool things which make it fun. Bit of digitized speech as well, which if you saw my Impossible Mission video before, was something that was quite impressive in that time. So sit back and relax, and let's watch the playthrough of the original 1984 Ghostbusters game. Okay then, so let's get digging into 1984's Activision release of Ghostbusters. A little bit of digitized speech there. Absolutely classic. So if you're playing this on obviously on a classic Commodore 64, then you won't need a keyboard because you already have one. If you're playing on the C64 Mini, you will need a keyboard for this game. Yeah. Best with a joystick, as you would expect. But yeah. Right, okay, let's put my name in. So Pieces of... Do I have an account? I think if you go online, you can probably find some account numbers, which will give you a whole bunch of extra money. I'm not sure it necessarily helps you, to be honest. You just allows you to buy more things, but then object of the game is that you need to have more money than you started with at the point at which Zool turns up at the skyscraper at the end of the game. So we're going to go for a classic car here. So it's asking us to pick our car. I think I used to pick the VW Bug, but you obviously can't have as much stuff on that. The original 1963 hearse from the film, I think. Well, actually, I think number 3 might be the one from the film, but number 2 looks like it. We're going to go for that anyway. That's the cheaper one. We can get everything we need on there, so let's go for that. Okay, so these are all the things that you need. So you need your energy detector and your image intensifier. I cannot for the life of me remember what that does. I just know that I need it. Marshmallow sensor is an absolute must. That will tell you where the Marshmallow Man's going to appear. So let's go to here, and the ghost bait as well is also really, really useful, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So a good number of traps. So each time you go to a location and trap a ghost, you're going to use a trap. So we want, let's go for 3 of those, and a ghost vacuum, and again you'll see what that's for in a moment. There wasn't really anything useful on 3, nothing that we can afford. I assume that if you've got more money, that portable laser confinement system means that you don't need to keep going back to headquarters to empty your traps. Yeah, we haven't got $8,000, so we'll leave it. So let's go straight in. There we go. So the music plays, and we've got our first assignment. So we're going to go right to that, and you can see just on the corners of the screen at the moment there's some ghosts appearing. We'll come back and we'll show you how to get those in a moment. So you spend a lot of the game on this little road thing here, and what you will notice later in the video is that I skip quite a lot of this because you spend a lot of your time moving down the road. Okay, so we're going to put our trap out. We've got two little Ghostbuster people to come and get the ghost. So we're going to sort of wait for him to come into the middle, and then we're going to pop out our thing there, and we're going to fire the trap. There we go. Nice and easy. Yay, a little triumphant Ghostbusters. Now, things you'll notice at the bottom there, we've got our city's PK energy. That's going up quite slowly at the moment. Basically, when that gets to around 10,000, I think it's just shy of 10,000, then the game is over. I accidentally pressed fire there, but that's fine. You can see that was one of the ghosts. So if you travel over the map, we'll see now here. Oh, there was a ghost here anyway. How fortuitous. That was actually really a stroke of luck. At this stage in the game, it can be quite slow. Oh, now you're going to see what happens if you don't catch the ghost. He slimed me. You'll see these ghosts coming at the sides there. So if we move around the map, as we go over the top of them, they sort of freeze. So let's go to this one here. Oh, that one didn't freeze. Why did that one not freeze? Let's go back up there. You'll also notice that the key master and the gatekeeper have now appeared on the map. So down the bottom, you can't see it very well. It's that little black lock and a little gold key at the top. What we don't want, as you'll know if you've watched the film, is we don't want them to meet in the middle where Zool is. That will end the game quite quickly. Okay, so as we travel down the road, we crossed over 3 ghosts, so we should see 3, and if we've got that ghost vacuum on the front, we should be able to hoover them up. Now, this isn't really very important at this stage in the game, but as we get further into the game, basically we kind of want to keep them from getting to the middle of the map. They will start to go faster as the PK energy starts to increase. You can see we're already at 723. So if we get, as I said earlier, if we get to 10,000, Zool will appear in the centre of the map. And if we have got less money than we started with, oh, the ghost wasn't there. Oh, so I went to the wrong one. There we go. Just across the street, so I don't need to drive anywhere. Right, let's try and do a better job this time of catching the ghost. Yeah, there we go. What also happens as well is if your two little Ghostbusters get too close together and they cross the streams, you also fail. Let's just have a look at our packs now. So we press the other button on our joystick. If your packs run out of energy, you will also lose. So let's head back to headquarters. I've caught a couple of ghosts now, so let's go and empty our traps. You have three Ghostbusters as well. You need 2 for each one, so if you have a couple that get slimed and they become out of action, so you have to go back to headquarters and reset as well. Go back to headquarters will empty your traps, charge up your proton packs, and get new Ghostbusters. Let's just drive around here. You see these two are frozen here for a moment, so let's go here. Okay. Oh, no, that didn't work. Okay. Yeah, see what I mean about driving along the road for long periods of time? Yeah. It's kind of boring, really. There's not much to say. You just drive along for ages and ages and ages while the PK energy meter goes up. What's interesting about this game is you're driving around, well, I guess it's New York, it must be. Seems to be very little in terms of traffic. Okay, let's have a go at catching this ghost here. And depending on how long we take as well, will also depend on, I think it depends on how much money you get. So what we want to do is we want to aim to get $2,200. That's what we're talking about. We need to get over $10,000. That's what we started with at the point at which our PK meter gets to 10,000. Now, a few things can happen in between. Most notably, the Marshmallow Man can appear. Now, he won't start appearing until we get to about 5,000. So, in a moment, I'm going to start skipping just to save you from being utterly bored out of your mind. And the other thing that will start happening is these ghosts that you see on the roads will start moving a lot quicker as well. If they reach the centre, they add another 200 to your PK energy meter. Essentially, it's a timer, so the less you let get to the middle, the better, really, because otherwise your timer is essentially going to run out a lot quicker and you'll have less opportunity to get money. If you fail to stop the Marshmallow Man, you will also get fined. I don't know why it's somehow the Ghostbusters' fault, but you do. You get a $4,000 fine. So you spend a lot of time building up the $500 ghost captures, only to discover that it soon gets wiped out by a fine if you get the Marshmallow Man. Right. Okay. So let's go to this one. Yeah, and that's really problematic. You can go into negative, it doesn't really matter, but the point at which you get to the end of the game, obviously then, if you haven't made that money, you don't get to the final stage of the game. Something which I confess I've never been able to do, which is kind of annoying. And I never knew why. I never really knew how to capture the Marshmallow Man. He would just turn up halfway through the game and trample on everything, and you would lose loads of money, which was kind of annoying. So on further inspection, you go to the web. Literally what you have to do is bait the ghosts that come together to create him. Oh, that was a good catch. Every time I think I've got the hang of this, though, I think, oh, great, I know how to do this now. I end up doing it wrong and getting slimed. Ah, there we go. Okay, so you can see there that I actually went to the wrong place. I actually pushed up on the joystick to the building opposite the headquarters, which means it immediately told me then that I had no spare traps. So had there been a ghost there, that would have been kind of annoying. So I'm all ready to go now. You do find as well in the middle of the game, you get a bit of a lull, like not much happens, which can be quite boring. I'd say the game lasts about 45 minutes, all in all. So yeah, let's skip forward. Okay, so you join me back in. Oh no! You join me back in the map at just over 4,000 on the PKE meter. Yeah, as you can see, things are moving pretty quickly now. So yeah, the ghosts are, well, one has already got into the centre, which means we've got, I think it's 200. That's bumped our meter up by. So yeah, things start to get a bit interesting now, and I think probably in a moment's time we'll see the Marshmallow Man appear, and we're going to try and bait him and catch him, which will win us $2,000. If we don't do that, we lose $4,000, so that's going to get quite interesting. As you can see, still spending a lot of time driving around in what would appear to be a traffic-free New York City, which is kind of nice. Maybe everyone's just gone home. Oh, there's no ghost there. Why is there no ghost? Oh, here we go. Okay, B. Too late. Oh, it's too late. Oh, no. Oh, it's catastrophic. You literally have about 2 seconds. Well, it's not even 2 seconds. There we go. And to be honest with you, once that happens once, you're pretty much done for. Last time I had a playthrough, he appeared about 4 times. The first 2 times I managed to capture him, the second 2 times I failed. So all that money that we built up basically was not for nothing. Oh, I cannot believe I missed him. Oh, that's really tedious. Right, now, what do we have? What's happening here? Okay, that doesn't do anything. Right, let's go down there. I thought that Marshmallow Man was about to appear. Clearly not. Okay, let's go and do another one. I think we caught about 2 at the same time there. Oh no, we let one go. Yeah, they're moving super quick now, so I mean they're going to end up in the middle. You almost need to not worry too much about it because it's just not going to be something that you're going to be able to stop. There we go. Ah, did it. Right, okay. So I managed to do the bait, which is great. Yeah, Mayor awards you $2,000. Yeah, well, I lost 4. That's not great, is it? We avoided a marshmallow catastrophe. Yeah. It's kind of, I don't understand why it's my fault. Why is it my fault? It's not my fault all these ghosts are here. It's not my fault Zool is here. Oh, this is the other thing as well. If you get this wrong, if you he tends, the Slimer ghosts there sort of hangs around up near the top right hand corner, and sometimes you just have to sort of wait for him to turn up. You can be waiting ages, and obviously if your proton pack energy runs out, you're done for and you get slimed. If you cross the streams, you're done for and you get slimed. So I think sometimes actually it's probably better to have the trap more on the right hand side. Oh, you see, I went too early again. Now I've got to wait here. See what I mean? He just sort of bubbles around there. It's always on this right hand side. You never see him over the left. I don't know what it is. The code. Oh no! Oh, I messed up. I messed up so many times. Right, I'm definitely going to go back to headquarters. This is going to be a problem. You see them piling in now. And we're almost finished now. The game's almost done. So we've probably got about 2,000 left on our PK energy. I don't think we're going to get to more than $10,000 in that time. But you know what? Oh, here we go. Yeah, we got him again. Fantastic. I don't know how much bait you have. But did I actually go to the headquarters? I can't even remember whether we actually went there or not. No, I think we did. So much going on, I can't remember. Alright, let's go. Okay, another ghost to catch. I mean, this is always the best bit. Catching the ghost is always the fun bit. Yeah, we go. Yeah, I think I said before, every time I think I've got the hang of it though, I go, oh yeah, I've got a technique. I can't possibly lose. And then the next one I get slimed. Alright, okay. I feel like they're going to gather again in a minute. Piling in there. Oh no, I shouldn't have let all those go in. Look at the PK meter now. I've got like 9,600. I think I've already got 300 to go, and I need 2,700. So I might only. Oh, I'm done for. I'm done. Am I done? Okay, that should give me 9,300. Oh, do you know what? That's the closest I've ever got. So there you go, the game's now finished. So the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper didn't arrived at the end of the game. You didn't make enough money, so the bank has foreclosed. Better luck next time. Starting balance 10,000, ending balance $9,300. So the bank has foreclosed, which means I can't go and defeat Zool, which seems kind of mad for the sake of $700. But you know, here's what it is. I feel a bit more confident that I might want to go back and play this now, but and try and get it finished for the first time in history. But yeah, that was interesting. So there you have it. That was the original 1984 Ghostbusters game by Activision. What did I think? Well, I remember this game really fondly as a kid, but to be honest with you, I actually find it quite frustrating. I played it through so many times. I got so close so many times to finish the game. If you want to go and see a full walkthrough, there are plenty of them around on YouTube, on the web. You'll see that people have completed the game. It is possible. But as you saw from that, I mean, I had one Marshmallow Man that I failed to stop, and that was enough for me to not win the game, which is quite frustrating. I think probably if I'd been a bit more careful with some of the ghost captures, maybe I would have caught it, but I mean, ultimately that game can take as long as 45 minutes. I know a load of ghosts piling to the centre at the end, which obviously inevitably finished the game really quickly for me, so it was a bit faster, but nonetheless, that's probably the closest I've ever got to actually getting in to the sort of central building and finishing the game. So would I recommend playing it? I don't know. I mean, it's quite nostalgic, I suppose. You get the Ghostbusters music in the back.
I think in hindsight, through modern eyes, it does feel a bit like a game that was thrown together in 6 weeks. It's not the best game ever. I mean, I played Impossible Mission in one of my earlier videos, and that is a game that absolutely stands the test of time from the 1980s, whereas I think this game, probably in my best left in the past pile. Perhaps go check out some of the other Ghostbusters games. There are plenty to choose from, including some very new versions as well. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me. Ultimately, I think that was perhaps not the most thrilling game I've ever had the chance to play, and certainly not the most thrilling game I've revisited so far. So by all means, go check it out. You can find it on, it is on abandonware, I think. You can find it, obviously, if you have a copy of it on the old Commodore 64, great. If you manage to find a digital copy of it, legitimately you can play it on the Commodore 64 Mini or the relaunched Commodore 64. If you have a USB stick that you can plug in there, you'll be able to play it on that. So you can definitely find it, and you can definitely play it nice and easily. I wouldn't recommend going to play the NES version. I had a go at that the other day, and that really isn't very good at all. Just my opinion, but yeah, they sort of tweaked it, and certainly the bits on the road are a little bit more frustrating. So by all means, go check it out if you wish, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. So yeah, thanks again as always for watching. My ask, as always, please like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. I'll be making some more. I think we'll go back to visiting some 90s games again in our next one. Until the next time, have a great one, and I'll see you around. Thanks for watching.